weapon is intended to be felt, not seen. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean he doesn't have it. It just means you haven't felt it, right? Assumption number 2, the other guy is always bigger, stronger, faster, and more skilled than you are. Assumption number 3, he has help, friends, family, and sympathizers, right? The last assumption, nobody is coming to help you, right? You see that dude's friends was right there, and none of them bothered to help him, right? All right, so we work on assumption number 1. Now, the reason that these exist is I wanted to create, so in prison, all violent confrontations have a sense of urgency to them. You know that it's a life and death engagement, and you want to either kill this dude or get away from this dude before the correctional officers come because you don't want to go to the box, right? And you don't want his peoples to come help him if you happen to get the better of him or whatever the case is, right? So how do you create that sense of urgency in people outside prison? You give them these things, and they have to assume that these are constants, right? Assume that the person has a weapon. So if he has a weapon, I need to end the engagement before he brings the weapon into play. Assuming he's bigger, faster, stronger, more skilled. Jorge's a kickboxer, right? Come in, right? So if I go into the situation thinking, oh, this guy's and he hits me with a combination, I'll be picking myself up off the floor, right? But if I go into it like, all right, I'm just going to assume that he's bigger, faster, stronger, more skilled than me, I need to end him before he can bring his kickboxing skills into play. So I will need to end the fight before he brings a weapon into play. I need to end the fight before he brings his kickboxing skills into play. He always has help. I need to end the fight before his help gets there. Because the more people come to help him, the less likelihood I'm going to walk away from that situation with my help, right? And since I know nobody's coming to help me, I don't want him and his help, if they happen to get there with their weapons, to leave me somewhere where nobody's going to find my body until I'm, smelly. So, with that in mind, right? If I'm here, you feel this hand, you feel it. I'm grabbing your shoulder. You can feel all my fingers, my thumb. There's nothing in my hand but shoulder, and you can see this hand, right? All right, cool. So now, this would be the next step from where we work. Well, if you let the guy get here, if somehow you allow the guy to get here, right? So do that to me, right? So we're here, bring other hand is in the face, right? So I can see that. See, boom, right? I know where this is. I clear this, hit him with a nice hook, and then you have options from here, right? And we'll come back to that too, right? But the whole thing is, I know where this is. I can clear this and come right off of that with a hook.
Switch
right?
hands.
Yeah, turn around.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pin this here because I don't want him to move this, right? This hand is in my face, I clear that, and this punch is right there, right? Boom, just like that. So I hit, boom, right? And I can go right from that into an elbow strike, into a hammer fist strike, and then I can do some nasty things to his elbow, right? Boom. And it's just that simple.
Just that simple.
So,
Shadow, question for you.
Mhm.
Regarding offense. Because you often talk about your line in the sand. So we're just practicing, we're raising our hands, kind of talking down in that. Line in the sand, if somebody continues to move on you like that.
So the line in the sand is Shadow's rule of 3, right? This is my personal rule. I'm not telling you to adopt it. However, if you like your safety, I would if I was you, right? Boom. I mean, again. He approached me. I don't know what his intent is. I'm talking to him. He goes to raise his hands. I stop him. That's one, right? So now the first time I'm trying to de-escalate, right? At the same time I'm trying to de-escalate, I'm observing do I see any bulges on his hips, pockets, what's in his hands, all that good stuff. We're talking. He raises his hands again. All right, cool. I'm looking to see who's with him, if anyone, and what objects are around the both of us, right? Boom. That was 2. So now after 2, he's still standing. That means that he has no intent of allowing this thing to end peaceably, right? So this is 3. All right, bro, listen, I already apologized. I told you I don't have a problem with you. What you want to do? What you want to do? Right? Boom. Usually the guy will tell you what he want to do. Well, I guess see, Jorge's not a criminal, so you know. In my most guys who are belligerent like that, they're like the evil villain from a bad movie, right? They will tell you, like, so what you want to do? I want to bust your freaking head open, blah, right? Yeah, you want them. The reason you're asking that question is because not because you care what he wants to do to you. It's the easiest way to break somebody's jaw. When their mouth is open, right? Yeah. Right? Boom. I asked the question expecting the response, right? So, right? So I'm like, yo, bro, what you want to do? Bang! I'm hitting him off the rip. Once I ask the question, the punch is coming, right? I want to break his jaw. I want to occupy his hands with pain. It's hard to fight with a broken jaw, right? So once you break that jaw, crack, and then you can just go to work from there. But again, look where I'm at. This position allows me to do that. If I allow him to dominate here, I can't do that, right? See? I'm gonna legit try to touch his jaw, right? Don't let me raise my hand, right? See? I can't do anything about that. This is why you don't want the other person getting their hands above yours. That's dangerous, man. And again, you never know. Do me a favor. Hold this. Right? So, let me grab some.
Be prepared, Jorge. Be prepared.
Nice getting the brass knuckles.
Not on this mat, no. No.
So, you never know, right? Like I said, always assume the other person has a weapon, right? So if we're here, and I'm, see? What just happened? Right? See? It's that easy, man. Right? Boom. We're here, we're talking. He allows me to get my hands above him. I hit, draw, and he's done. Right? Now, who wants to be in that position? Good. Nobody said me. That's perfect. All right. That means nobody here has a situation going on upstairs. So, we don't want to be in that position, right? Because it's that easy to, end up a statistic. We don't want to be statistics. So we want to control this space, right? Because even if we're here, I have the knife, right? So first, I led with this, right? Boom, see? But if I'm here, I don't get that, right? So I don't get the hit here. And now he knows I'm trying to be aggressive. He can hit, he can stymie this and hit, right? We want to put ourselves in a position, set ourselves up for success, not hope. All right, so Diggy, I want to talk about something real quick, right? This is something I've noticed. So one of my favorite quotes comes from Jean-Jacques Dessalines. It says, "You must become like your natural enemy, cruel and merciless." And I always tell people that the natural enemy of the law-abiding citizen is the criminal, right? You can't have mercy when dealing with somebody who didn't intend to have mercy for you, right? Why do I say this? People try to, and I've seen this 1,000 times, rationalize with the person who came to do them harm, right? We expect that because we're good people, there must be some goodness in this person because he's a human being too. If that were the case, you wouldn't be in that position because a good person wouldn't be approaching you like that, right? So, me trying to rationalize with this person who clearly came to do me harm isn't doing anything but feeding to him information that says this guy's a victim, right? This guy's a victim. And I'm giving him time to set up whatever it was he was intending to do. Again, reference the video. The dude didn't just come here, boom, give me your stuff. He was like, yo, come in, right? He looked around. See, all of it is a setup. Once he was sure he was good and nobody was really paying attention, he went to work, right? If I'm standing there like, look, man, I don't have a problem. I'm giving him time to check, make sure everything is good around him. If he's got his boy with him, giving his boy time to get in the position, all of that. You don't want to do any of that, right? So we want to be dominant from go, all right? So let's talk about the dominance. Right. Wait, any questions about anything I just said? No? All right. So that dominant position, right? So we here. So we know here, now we have to do something with it. So what we're gonna do this time is gonna practice moving the hand out, right? I want the partner, when you're the one who's the guy that approach, you're gonna be trying to touch, you're gonna move the hand out, come here, try to hit the shoulder, and move the hand back in, right? Boom, so we're going out and in. But we wanna keep those hands in here, right? So out, in. Make sense? All right, let's do it.